Alright, Hero here. Next episode, Hero transgender hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail. Basically, me reacting to a bunch of screencasts on YouTube and DeviantArt that are responsive comments I made against the deviant lifestyles and a few other things. Trigger warning, don't like what I'm saying, go ahead, click off the video. Don't like I say this hate speech for videos, because there is no hate speech for videos, it's speech you hate, that's a different story. Yeah, let's continue on with people getting things wrong in the comment sections. Me trying to straighten them out with Bible verses and basic biology, and then get to talk about that. So it's good to get vaccinated because, we're getting winter, and we're definitely trying to, be more resistant to colds and flu and stuff like that. It's very important to do that. I got vaccinated, so vaccinations a week or two ago. And the cool thing is the nurses are so good now. They really feel that stuff going in. Over time, you start to feel, definitely some pain, but that's okay. Eventually, and deal with some congestion and whatnot. But eventually, that stuff goes away, and your body is stronger against diseases. That's good. This isn't like on Breath of Fire 3 where vaccines do nothing because I guess they weren't finished yet. So let's continue on here with these people getting things wrong. What is actually? So I'd like to, so it gives us time to invitation to be able to become better. So basically, I'm not gonna say names. I try not to use names unless it's certain people. But usually I try not to. So I will use them. But this one person is Christian, but they are thinking that I'm being too harsh on people who are sinning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but we gotta talk about this stuff. God say it is sin. We gotta immediately be like, here's how it goes. But she's like, why don't you? You should give them time to hang out. You got Mandy from Billy and Mandy all grown up, looking all kinds of good, showing off everything. And my tablet here, boy, you're really showing her off. Oh goodness. Indeed, yes. One of the cutest, short, stackiest, gruffy girls I have ever seen in my life. All kinds of awesome. Straight up awesome. Jangle. Yeah, just, seeing that girl riding, jumping on dudes is just wonderful. It's wonderful. Getting all pregnant and stuff is great. Let's continue on here. Let's see here. I say I agree that it's our job to help others do better in life. We can't do you around the bush. We have to tell them the truth ASAP. Here's a scripture that shows, but he's right. A woman must not wear his clothing, nor a man or woman's clothing. If you Lord your God, testing when does this. Deuteronomy 22:5. And why would people who do this be detested by the Lord? Lying and listen for only to the Lord, but they will truth there is delight. Proverbs 12:22. That these four people think that they have to hide they are of certain body parts and lie about their biology so people will treat them better, and that is wrong. Surely, if you really don't like what they see, that is the person's fault, not their bodies. And then a girl says, yeah, he goes, yes, maybe you were doing right. Maybe you really are speaking the truth, but are you really going to bash others over and over again that way until they listen? Yes. It takes time and effort for people to listen, and the more you bash them, the less they will listen. If you're not careful with your actions, not with what you're saying, but with what goes first and next, you probably will end up discouraging others from accepting him. Oh, Jesus. Possibly, but we'll see. I became a Christian, and I sinned a lot at some time in my life, so much that I thought I was no Christian anymore. But I was shown what I welcome: a warm hug, a big difference between what really I felt to be I think they're getting as and has mixed up. As happiness compared to then. I wasn't judged and told ASAP about the righteous truth. An interesting idea, but it's good to tell the truth. But then be like, thankfully there is forgiveness. You stop now, things will go better for you. It's very important to do that. I wasn't lied to either. I was simply shown what Jesus really is. I was shown that he can still be my Lord and my friend too. I was shown his love first. I was shown what I can be with him. And later, I accounted for my sins. I accounted for what I did wrong. Until today, I'm still doing my best to avoid doing them. Good. But yeah, so it's important to lay down the law immediately, so that people know what's the heck's going on, and then we can move on. All right, we gotta do that. It's important to do that first. One thing that I'll never forget is that he did not do exactly what you were doing to make me join him. He invited me first to talk. He invited me to seek him with him, to be with him, and to know him. And later, like a good friend, he gave me the truth. So, through people and my family. But the message arrived, and I could finally still clean and wipe slowly, but surely to be a diamond. I could still crawl and walk to be on his path. And in the end, he was patient enough to wait for my answers and my regrets. And he was generous enough to show me and answer my doubts. I say, and that is great, but the truth must also be told, and when someone disagrees, I must counter it. And then she says, here we go. Yes, the truth has to be told. And when someone disagrees with you, you counter it, but you could have done better and make them understand. You could have done something more before a direct hit that will be listened, and will be countered time to time, all because you decided not to welcome the person itself first. I know that stuff. The same way that I could have happened to me, but I didn't, because I was welcomed and loved first and cared for, not to judge directly, though it's important to do both. It's important to do both. Directly. But see, this conversation will get to nowhere, so I'll stop and let you be. It's just up to us to see. And I say, okay. This someone says, Hero Cox, as someone who was raised Catholic, I no longer am, but I still believe that the Christian God Jesus exists. I actually have some insight into this. Wrongly, it's not your duty to get others to stop sinning, and it is our duty to get others to stop sinning. Hold back those targeted towards slaughter. Rescue those being led to death. It's Proverbs. It's our duty to help people stop sinning. Go. Yeah, others to stop sinning. That itself, I do believe, through lies, is a sin. It's not for who we are. We to try to do what only God can do. God sends us out to go preach the gospel to every creature. Okay, so we must also. God has the final judgment, but it's up to us, other humans, to help these people get on their paths. To say this, hey, dude, you're going off the path. Going down the path to, hey, sir or ma'am, you're going down the path to a cliff. Gotta be very careful, at least to a cliff. They say, whatever, man, but at least they'll know. To leave them alone and be like, whatever, that's their business, not ours. Poor things. I got these poor guys. I got these two, right? These old speakers. These big old giant speakers. Speaker tower. I got these two speakers from it. All right. I got these four. I got like 6 speakers. I got the big old giant ones in the back. Big old giant ones in the back. But I got these two here. These are the medium-sized ones. And they kind of torn up. They kind of destroyed themselves. Actually, they kind of came together. While in storage, and they tore up. See, they're all torn up. They're torn up right there, yeah. That's all torn up. So they will not work right. But I have no idea how old they are, but they must have been pretty old if they get torn up that easily. But the cool thing is I have these other 2 speakers. Where are the guys? There you go. From there. Other 2 speakers from there I'm working on. They are doing pretty good. Doing better. So I'm going to make it work on them. I got me a speaker here, making little grills, little speaker grills for them, so it's really cool. But it's all to protect them. That should help out. This should hopefully do better. We'll see how that goes. But I'm working on this right now. Person got things wrong. What are you doing? It's fairly similar to what he led to fall. Samuel, the light of God, the morning star, Lucifer, bullcrap. You're too proud to listen to those who are more knowing and wiser than you, according to lies you were told. You're also a Pharisee, believing to be more righteous than others, an act of hypocrisy according to lies I was told. By telling the truth, you are a Pharisee. That's not how that goes. Nope. You're supposed to kiss them, lick their boots, right? You're supposed to let them run around and sin, until they get to the final judgment, and then they go to hell. That's what you're supposed to do, right? That's what God says, right? No, it's not good. I say, let's see. A woman does not wear men's clothing, nor a man wear men's clothing, for the God tests anyone who does this. Deuteronomy 22:5. Why does God detest anyone who does this? Lying in the abomination to the Lord, but they do truly is light. People believe they are trans or lie about their biological sex, and that is a sin. And why am I speaking against this stuff? Well, it says, rescue those who be led away to death, hold back those targeted towards slaughter. Proverbs 24:11. The wages of sin is death. I don't want them to die. I'm sorry. But that's the issue. When the Bible is saying, speak the truth. Tell people, go into the world and preach the gospel. And then someone's like, hey, the gospel is hurtful. You shouldn't be saying it. That goes against the Bible. That goes against the ways of God. And we're like, let's check on that. Let's go actually to the Bible here. Shoot, no, there's a need for that. I'm like, yeah, there is. I wonder who's being disingenuous. Really disingenuous. Okay, I have another conversation, and so I say to someone else, not Saturday, well, we would have to stick with real truth rather than transgender fantasy. No one's born in the wrong body. That is awesome to know. And I say, also, if I'm doing something that's not based on truth, because basically this one person was saying, you probably do stuff that's not based in truth. And I'm like, well, I say, also, if I'm doing something that's not based in truth, I'll try to stop it because lying,